care of business.
Well,
Who
let's
has
get
time
Becca.
to swim upstream? Not me.
I don't want to. Let's get Becca
You're
to weigh
already
in.
swimming upstream.
No, we're not.
Becca, you're the swing vote. Let's bring in Becca via Skype, our authentic fan. Becca,
Hey.
is it must-win game 2?
Well, I'm conflicted because on one hand, I feel like the Wizards need to win game 2 to be confident. But on the other hand, to defend JP, it's not unheard of that, a team comes back and takes a series. So for my sake, the Wizards need to be more confident and they need to just get that win.
I just looked at a stat and it's not favorable, but I believe NBA teams are 18-271 when they're down 0-2.
So who has
that's
time for
usually
that? I
because
don't. I don't
teams
have
that are
time
2-0
for that
are far
stat.
superior.
But
Something like that.
That's why then it's a must-win.
I just Googled it.
Then it's a must-win then. Game 2 is a must-win. Hello.
Becca, if you remember, the Celtics did it last year against the Bulls.
But let's talk about the Wizards in 2005. Chicago series. They lost the first 2 and then they won the next 4.
There you go.
So, it's not unheard of, but I would prefer if they won game 2.
Who do you think
Is
needs
it
to
a
step-
must-win, though? Is it a must-win for game 2? Is it a must-win for Washington?
It's a must-win for their confidence.
So there's
So
the
that's what
answer.
I'm going with.
She's
There it
answered
is.
right on both sides.
No, she just said. I just asked her point blank. She said
just
yes.
depends who asks.
Thank you, Becca. She said boom. Yes. Must
She
win.
did.
Yes.
Until Christy
said
browbeat her.
I asked her point blank.
Let me ask you something, Becca,
just asked her,
differently
she said yes.
besides must win. What player do you want to see step up for the Wizards to help them get over the top in this next game? Because I think John and Brad had typical John and Brad games.
I'd like to see Oubre get his shot back. And I'd like to see Otto shoot from the 3, but they have to look for him more, it's not up to him. They need to make sure that they get the ball to Otto so he can get those 3-pointers, because we all know he can shoot them. So I want to see those two step up a little bit.
Right, and with that being said, in the pregame show on Hang Time, we were talking about Otto Porter creating more offense for himself. Again, tonight, only 1 for 3 for Otto Porter from the 3-point line and 4 of 7 from the floor. So how can he manufacture more offense for himself? We know he's not 100% healthy. We saw him pull up early on in the game with his calf probably hurting a little bit on a couple of plays at the beginning of the game.
He's just got to be confident and he's just got to keep moving, because this team is going to defend us hardcore. We've seen that. And we just need to keep up with them. So he's got to know that he has to keep moving. And I know it's difficult with his knee, but if he can, and his teammates have to help him so he can get that shot.
Hey, Becca, I know you watched the show. I'm sure you saw me go ape earlier about the refs.
I loved it.
Do you think I was overreacting?
No, I do not think so. I think we were doomed from the start when they called Gortat for that foul.
Preach.
That was messed up. That was not okay
It wasn't.
in Toronto, okay?
Now, John Paul, you ask the question, and let's get a different answer. Ask
I
about
just
the
think,
refs.
look, if you're talking about the refs and the calls, it's whining mentality.
Oh, my God.
Get over it.
Just cover your
Get
ears,
beyond
Christy.
it.
Just slow
We
down.
know
We're gonna
it's
move
way
on.
down the
I
list.
can't.
I want to see if she changes.
I can't.
Becca,
But
your
I already
thoughts
know,
on
Becca,
that?
you think they're going to win game 2, right?
100%.
All right. Well, thank you,
not
Becca.
going to
Your
entertain any
contributions
negativity.
are always appreciated here
Thank you
on
so
Wizards
much.
Overtime.
It's been a pleasure as always. Bye, Christy.
Peace out, Becca.
How many times, let me ask you, if you maybe monitored this, how many times do you think John Wall should have gone to the foul line tonight where he wasn't awarded free throws?
Let's say if
good
we,
times.
well, let's say
5 times. So you
Five
give him
good
20
ones.
free throws on the night.
5 good times. I'm just saying.
if he
there was at
drove
least
5 times, I'd say 3 out of the 5 were egregious.
Yeah.
Like, have to make the call.
Gotta call it.
And then 2, and then the
And
2
would you
I would
say
say
that
were
the
questionable.
Raptors never had drives where they were
Sure they
fouled
did.
and didn't get called?
I'm just speaking of John
I feel like it
specifically.
You
was.
ask about John.
Yeah, I'm
I
speaking
feel
of
like
John.
the game was refereed evenly.
We
So,
disagree. We
The Marcin
agree to
Gortat call,
disagree.
I'd agree with you, a bit wacky to start the game.
Yes.
But if you look at the foul calls and overall, there were
Thought it
times
was
when Kyle
even.
Lowry and DeMar DeRozan and other guys
Yeah.
were driving to the ball and may have been hit and weren't getting calls.
Hey, monster game from Markieff Morris. Good of him to show up. We needed him in game 1, and he delivered. Still came up short, though, but keep it going, Markieff. Easy Street, take us out. Wizards Overtime.